The crypto markets are bleeding deeply right now, and the mood has turned dark, especially for Bitcoin. If you've been watching the markets or just checking CoinGecko lately, you'll know something serious is underway. Liquidity is evaporating, emotion is turning to fear, and the foundations of what many called a bull cycle are being severely tested. Bitcoin, which once rode a wave of euphoric momentum, is now in the painful throes of a major pullback. According to recent reports, BTC has dropped sharply as ETF outflows are back with a vengeance. One of the biggest Bitcoin fund watchers, the BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Trust, recorded nearly $523 million in one day of outflows, driving ETF totals this month close to $3 billion of redemptions. This isn't a minor wobble. This is wholesale institutional capital exiting. That's a brutal signal, and it's shaking the very foundations of demand for Bitcoin right now. There's more. Technical patterns are flashing serious warning signs. Analysts are eyeing something called a death cross, when the short-term moving average drops below the long-term one, and that tends to precede prolonged downtrends. Some suggest that this pattern, combined with ETF outflows, could be the start of a deeper correction, not just a simple pullback. There's growing chaos and sentiment, and for longs, this feels like a stress test. At the same time, Bitcoin's futures markets are showing backwardation, meaning futures are trading below spot. That's not a trivial phenomenon. It often signals that traders are worried about near-term downside, and that could mean a shift in how people weight risk now versus before. For retail investors, this is especially troubling. Backwardation implies that the expected forward price is weaker than what you see today, and that makes holding long riskier. Now, don't turn off this video just yet, because there is a glimmer of hope. Even in this storm, some smart money is quietly accumulating. On-chain data suggests that large BTC holders, the whales, are still buying or at least not dumping. That means not everyone is capitulating. For disciplined long-term players, this could be a painful but valuable accumulation window. If Bitcoin does stabilize, it might rebound strongly once the wave of ETF exits slows and the market begins to reset. And here's another piece of potential positive news. While crypto is bleeding in price, Kraken, one of the largest and most respected exchanges in the world, has confidentially filed for a US IPO. Yes, Kraken is preparing to go public, which means they believe in crypto's long-term infrastructure, even at a time when markets are crashing. That's a strong signal that major players still believe in growth and adoption, not just short-term flips. But make no mistake, the danger is real. This is not a garden variety dip. The confluence of ETF outflows, deteriorating sentiment, and technical breakdowns points to a more serious correction. For traders, the stakes are high. For investors, this moment demands caution. This could be a washout, a test of strength, or it could be a deeper markdown before the next big leg up. So, what do Canadian crypto holders need to do? First, don't ignore risk. If you're in for the long haul, look for accumulation opportunities, but don't be reckless. Second, keep a close eye on ETF flows. They're becoming the heartbeat of Bitcoin liquidity. Third, if you're trading, use protective strategies, tight entries, defined stop losses, and scale-in plans. And finally, remember that infrastructure players like Kraken planning an IPO are building for the next bull cycle. So there is reason to believe in crypto's future, even in this dark moment. We're in a moment of truth for Bitcoin. Panic is rising, but so could a new foundation. If this dive becomes a reset, those who survive it might look back on it as the start of something far bigger. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit like, subscribe to PolarByte, and drop a comment with your call on where BTC goes next. Bottom, bounce, or doom. Also, join our Telegram at PolarByte for real-time alerts. You don't want to miss what comes next. Stay sharp, stay cautious, and above all, stay informed.